In the name of Allah, the gracious, the most merciful. Very, very good morning, students. Today, we will discuss about expression of the recombinant DNA. For cloning of a gene of interest, we require an expression system. This expression system may be a bacterium. In the bacterium, recombinant DNA in which gene of interest is present is inserted. When recombinant DNA is inserted into the host bacterium, it will express itself. Many copies of the gene can be obtained in this process. And so, now question arises, what is a clone? A clone can be a large number of molecules, that is cloned genes, or cells, that is cloned bacteria or organisms that are identical to the original specimen. In the cloning of a gene, we must use some vectors. Vector may be a plasmid or a virus. The viral DNA can be a vector. This vector is an agent which is used to insert the gene of interest into the bacterium, into the host cell, or in the expression system. Vectors. Vector may be a plasmid. Plasmid is an extra chromosomal DNA which is present in the bacterium. This is the clonic vector. This is the circular DNA in which antibiotic resistant genes are present. This can act as a vector. And the second type of vector is the virus, which is the lambda phage. The DNA of the lambda phage can be used as a vector. In the cloning, we use these two types of the vector. Use of plasmid to clone a gene of interest. And secondly, use of lambda phage to clone of a gene. This is the plasmid. This is the PBr322. It is artificially synthesized plasmid which is widely used in the recombinant DNA technology or genetic engineering. And so, this is the lambda phage. This is the head of the lambda phage, and this is the tail of the lambda phage, and this is the genome or DNA of the lambda phage. The DNA of the lambda phage can be used as a vector in which gene of interest is inserted. Now we will discuss how plasmid is used for cloning of a gene of interest. Bacterial cells take up recombinant plasmid, especially if they are treated with calcium chloride. This is the bacterium from which we isolate the plasmid DNA. And when we isolate the plasmid DNA, this plasmid DNA acts as a cloning vector. And then we cut this plasmid with the help of restriction enzyme. And so, when restriction enzymes are used, this plasmid can be cut and two sticky ends are produced. And then the gene of interest is inserted into the plasmid at the sticky end. When the gene of interest is placed on the plasmid on the sticky ends, recombinant DNA is formed. This recombinant DNA is introduced into the host cell, into the bacterium, into the expression system. This bacterium, which is the host cell, is an expression system. This bacterium is treated with the calcium chloride. When we treat it with calcium chloride, it will become permeable. When it will become permeable, the recombinant DNA can be introduced into the cell. If they are treated with calcium chloride to make them more permeable, as the cell reproduces, a bacterial clone forms. This host cell in which recombinant DNA is present, it will reproduce and grow. And when it reproduces, it forms many cells. It divides into 2 into 4, etc., etc. And so, in every bacterial cell, there is recombinant DNA present, because the recombinant DNA which is present in every bacterial cell, it can replicate along with the reproduction of the bacteria. And so, every recombinant DNA contains the gene of interest. And so, from the clone of the bacteria, we can isolate the gene of interest for further analysis, or this gene of interest, when it is present in the host bacterium, in the cloned bacteria, the biotechnology products can also be produced with the help of the gene of interest, because gene of interest takes control on the ribosomal machinery of the cell. And so biotechnology products, for example hormones, antibiotics, drugs, can be produced. Each new cell contains at least one plasmid. Every cell contains at least one plasmid, and so this plasmid contains the gene of interest. Each of the bacteria contains the gene of interest, which will express itself and make a product. From the bacterial clone, the cloned gene can be isolated for further analysis, or protein product can be separated. We can get the gene of interest, many copies of the gene of interest, and these copies can be used for the further process, and also we can get the biotechnology products. And so this is the use of plasmid as a vector in the process of controlling. Now we will discuss about the use of lambda virus in the process of cloning. Second type of vector which is used for cloning of a gene is lambda-phage. Lambda-phage virus is a bacterial virus. It can attack the bacteria and inject its DNA. This DNA of lambda-phage can be used as a vector. Use of lambda-phage for cloning of gene of interest. Viruses, for example, lambda-phage, can also be used as a vector. After lambda-phage attaches to a host bacterium, recombinant DNA is released from the virus and enters the bacterium. See in the figure, this is the lambda-phage. This is the DNA of the lambda-phage. We remove the DNA of the lambda-phage. We will isolate the DNA of lambda-phage from the virus, and this is the viral DNA. And the enzyme, which is known as the restriction enzyme or restriction endonuclease, it cleaves this viral DNA and make the sticky ends. We use the restriction enzyme to cut this viral DNA, and when the gap is present, in the viral DNA, and these are the sticky ends, there is another enzyme which is known as the DNA ligase. Its function is to attach the foreign gene into the gap, into the viral DNA for making the recombinant DNA. This is the foreign gene which is isolated from any source cell. It may be the human cell or other mammalian cell. And so, when with the help of the ligase enzyme, this foreign gene is attached to the viral DNA, it will transform into recombinant DNA because this DNA contains two DNAs from different sources. This DNA is the viral DNA, and this which is shown in with the black color is the foreign gene, and so these two DNA, when combined together, they form the recombinant DNA. And so this recombinant DNA is inserted into the virus lambda phage, and when this lambda phage virus, in which this gene of interest is present, attack its host cell, it will inject its DNA into the cell. When the recombinant DNA of the lambda phage is inserted into the host cell, this DNA in the host cell will replicate. When the bacterium divide and redivide, it also replicate, the DNA also replicate, and many copies of DNA, many copies of gene of interest can be obtained. When the DNA of the lambda phage is present in the host cell, it will take control on the machinery, on the ribosomal machinery of the host, and produces its proteins, and so complete viruses are formed. And so in every virus, in every lambda phage, there is a recombinant DNA present. And so when the host cell bacterium bursts, many lambda phages are released, and in every lambda phage there is present the recombinant DNA. And so in this way we can get many copies of gene of interest, many copies of DNA which can be used for further analysis. Here it will direct the reproduction of many more viruses. There is the reproduction of many more viruses. Many viruses can be formed in the host cell, and they are released from the host cell, from the bacterium. Each virus in bacteriophage clone contains a copy of gene of interest being cloned. In every bacteriophage, there is gene of interest present along with the viral DNA. And so this gene of interest can be isolated from these viruses and can be used for further process. Thank you very much.